All right, this week is a very practical week. You might be sitting in class a lot saying, oh, we're talking about awareness and attention and the breath and counting and thoughts, feelings, and sensations. And I hope you're realizing, and will continue to, just how practical that is in the ways it translates into just about every encounter you'll have, certainly in the law, and how both through mindfulness practices and a larger understanding of mindful awareness, you can be much more skillful, much more effective, and much happier and feel an abiding sense of well-being in the practice of law. This is, of course, my shared experience with others and interested in sharing it with you and for you to decide for yourself. Now, one of the authors of Getting to Yes, which we talked about briefly in class, is William Ury. And William Ury wrote the book Getting Past No. And in it, he has the chapter that we're reading for this week, which is Going to the Balcony. Now, when you read Going to the Balcony, I'd like you to have a couple things in mind. First of all, it has a companion piece, which is the short article I wrote for the ABA Journal on negotiations, negotiating with ourselves as well as with others, that builds on the metaphor of going to the balcony that you'll learn about in this book, along with a lot of, I think, helpful information in this chapter that you're reading. We began with the snow globe. That was our first metaphor. Today, with the spiral, we took the snow globe and had really the exact same conversation, but we broke it down into more detail. And in the body scan practice, you are paying attention in a more granular way to detail of the sensations arising in the body. This is some of the connective fiber to what we're exploring. And when we get to going to the balcony, well, there's another metaphor. So we have three primary metaphors. Two you're already familiar with, the snow globe and the spiral, having been introduced to the spiral today. And then we have going to the balcony. And next week when we're together over Zoom, we will talk about the relationships between these three, because they are the exact same thing. They're just slightly different ways of exploring it, slightly different ways that you might then build on it. But importantly, realizing how they're the same thing allows us to begin to really go, I see, because we see what runs through these things, as opposed to, well, there's a snow globe, there's a spiral, there's a balcony, as if they're somehow different things. All right. Do think this week, if you would, reflect on snow globe moments when you're by yourself, when you're with other people. Spiral moments, especially spiral moments, when you're with yourself, when you're with other people. And then as you begin to learn about going to the balcony, but we can save this for next week and the week after, reflecting on and thinking about going to the balcony when we're with ourselves and when we're with other people. All right, take care.